It's the Cox3.com post-game show. The Capo Valley Cougars defeat the Aliso Niguel Wolverines 2-1 in the South Coast League finale. Hi, everyone. I'm Gordon Spencer. Welcome to the Cox3.com post-game show, along with the coach, Bill Cunardy, and the professor, Paul Westfall. Glad you could join us. And gentlemen, there was a lot lying on this game as we entered South Coast League finale play here. But wow, we figured it all out now.
Well, we certainly did. There were multiple scenarios, but the most important one, Capo Valley had to win twice this week in order to make sure that they qualified for the playoffs, and they did just that, beating a really good Aliso Niguel team. And in what was a fitting finale for a league that literally half of the games were one-run games. 15 out of the 30 league games were decided by one run, so it seemed apropos that Capo Valley would clinch the league championship with a 2-1 victory.
Yeah, back-to-back league titles, and Coach, it was another close game for both teams.
Well, when you have your backs to the wall, sometimes that's when you play your best ball. It doesn't matter what the sport is, but in this case, I think the Cougars knew yesterday they had to win that game to set today up, and they did, 6-1. Jordan Baco had a great performance. Today's game was Jake Ortega to the mound for 3 magnificent innings, and then back to a plan A and come back with your starting pitcher. And they did just enough to win this game, but it won them the league championship.
Yeah,
and that's remarkable.
Let's show you the final South Coast League standings and show you how it looks. Every team was in play into this final week.
Well, that illustrates just how tight everything was. Of course, you see Capo Valley will go in as the league champ, the 1 seed. Aliso Niguel will get the 2 seed by virtue of taking the season series from Dana Hills 2-1. And Aliso won also the season series from Tesoro, and that's the team I feel really sorry for. That's a very good team that's going to not have postseason play. And then, of course, El Toro there, 5-7 in league, but 5 of those losses by 1 runs. And it illustrates just how deep this league was. And although any of the teams would have represented very well, it's Capo, Aliso, and Dana that will carry the South Coast flag.
Yeah, unfortunately, no wild card teams this year. Otherwise, we might see Tesoro, and boy, El Toro even deserves a look here in the playoffs. Let's take a look at the highlights of this one. It was a good one. It was a low scoring. It was tight. Bottom of the second, no score. Starting pitcher Jake Ortega bangs one off the wall, missing a home run by inches. He was 2 for 2 with a walk. A couple of batters later, first and third, 1 out for Trevor Willits. Bunt squeezes on the RBI, and Ortega scores to make it 1-0 Capo. Bottom of the third, Jordan Baco gets all of this one. Look at center fielder Kyle Molnar of Aliso Niguel back to the home plate. And that's the 3rd out. That was a big one. Top of the 4th after a single and a Capo error. Blake Sable at 3rd, and Connor Cox, the freshman second baseman, with the RBI sac fly to tie it at 1. Bottom of the 6th, tied at 1, bases loaded for pinch hitter Kevin Joyce. The fielder's choice and the RBI, and Ortega scores the winning run. Capo takes a 2-1 lead. Top of the 7th, Zach Hafter cruising. 2 strikeouts in the 7th inning. And then the Capo Valley Cougars can celebrate a league championship in 2015.
South Coast League champions, that sounds pretty good. I've got the star of the game, Jake Ortega, and Coach Bob Zamora. And Jake, we'll start with you. When did you find out that you were going to take the hill to start the game?
Oh, I got the text message late last night around 8, 9 o'clock from Pete Zamora that I was going to get the ball today. So I've been preparing all night and all morning. Couldn't wait to get out here.
Well, you did an absolutely admirable job under the most difficult of circumstances. Was there some discussion as to whether there was an innings limit, a pitch limit, or just go as far as you can, as hard as you can?
It just started out as 1, and then I just kept rolling. He kept saying, go another one, go another one. So I just kept going until he took the ball away from me.
Well, you were magnificent today, and your team needed every one of your efforts, including a spectacular at-bat. The first at-bat, I thought you hit it out of the ballpark.
I thought for sure it was gone. I hit it. I started running first, and then I thought it disappeared until I heard it off the fence, and I was didn't get all of it, apparently.
Well, awfully close. It hit the eye in Legion up there. And then after scoring a run to give it a 1-0 lead, Aliso came back and tied it up. Yeah. And talk us through your last at-bat and your last trip around the bases.
As leadoff hitter of the inning, I was just trying to get on base, get something started. And fortunately for me, I got a pitch I could drive, and I hit it in the right center.
All right, and your teammates came through and got that winning run in. And congratulations on a superb effort. I don't think you could possibly do any more to help your team win than you did today, young man. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Bob, South Coast League champions. That sounds pretty good, huh?
It does. It sounds wonderful.
Well, it did, and your team up against it. You needed to win 2 this week against a really good team. And once again, the Cougars, who are always good in May, come through for you.
Well, these guys are a fantastic bunch. You know, if we lose this game today, there's a good chance we don't go to the playoffs, period. But they love to play, and they knew that. I didn't have to say a word, and they just came back and won it. But they've been done that all year.
Well, and you've been fundamentally sound watching your team defense and watching the way that your team was able to scratch out a couple of runs. Talk us through that first at bat for Trevor Willits. It looked like he might have missed the squeeze sign, but then you came right back with it, and he executed beautifully.
Well, he did. He's going to stay for an hour ways tonight when we're all through. He missed that thing, and Trevor's going to be, but he's going to be doing with a smile. And I had to make sure that Trevor felt good about himself, and I just felt that he could handle it, do it again, and we did it again, and he executed. I'm really proud of Trevor.
And he did, and you did, and your team was spectacular against a really good Aliso team. Bob, congratulations on another South Coast League championship. Best of luck in the playoffs, and it's got to feel good. You'll have that first one right here.
Yes, sir. Mr. Baca will be on the mound.
All right, we'll look forward to that. All right, Gordon, Capo Valley, South Coast League champs, back to you.
All right, 2-1, Capo Valley again, the final as we look at the numbers for Aliso Niguel, Paul.
Well, Blake Sybil had an outstanding afternoon, 2 for 3, scored the only run. They just couldn't produce enough runs in order to get past Capo Valley and win the South Coast League. But Aliso still very much alive, and anytime you've got Kyle Molnar taking the hill in your first playoff game, you might last a while.
You know, for Capistrano Valley, after Ortega's fine show for 3 innings, when Hafner came in, he pitched 4 innings, 1 unearned run on 4 hits, and really ensured this Capistrano Valley victory.
Yeah, Jake Ortega knew maybe an hour before the game that he was going to start this game. They probably warned him because Zach Hafner was in class taking a very important test, which obviously is the most important thing for these kids, and that is school and graduation. Again, 2-1 Capo Valley. They sweep Aliso Niguel in the final week of the regular season to win the South Coast League Championship. Both teams head off to postseason play. For the coach Bill Cunity and the Professor Paul Westphal, I'm Gordon Spencer. Thanks for watching the Cox3.com post-game show.